Well, Governor Kathy Hochul recently announced the launch of a new task force set to support New York State farmers. Today, our New York Capitol correspondent Elise Klein speaks to members of the agricultural industry about what impacts this task force could have on our farming communities.
This week, Governor Kathy Hochul convenes an interagency task force to address challenges in New York farming communities, over 2 months after the Department of Labor reduced the statewide threshold for farm workers. Some members of the farming community say the task force will help farmers operate better. Jeff Williams, Director of Public Policy for New York Farm Bureau, says the task force will essentially bring all of the state agencies together to help address the challenges farmers are currently facing.
To bring all those agencies into the room with farmers to talk about ways to ease red tape and costs on farms. So regulatory relief is really what it's all about.
The task force will initially focus on topics like transportation, labor, the environment, housing for workers, farmland protection, and expanding procurement. Williams highlights housing for workers in the wake of the Department of Labor's decision to reduce the overtime threshold from 60 hours to 40 hours. Williams says many farmers will have to bring in more employees, which then means they have to create more housing. He says this process can be very expensive and farm workers will need help. Williams adds that the cost of operating a farm in New York is higher than other states. He says the task force will help evaluate the generators of these high costs and how they can be addressed. He hopes this will ultimately help farms grow.
And if we can save farmers money, that means that's more money they can put in their pocket and not have to compete against Pennsylvania, for example, or Ohio.
In Albany, Elise Klein, WNY News Now.